Hi, it's Samantha with Clawfoot Farm, and today is a great day to take a walk around the garden. So let's go see what's growing. So today I wanted to start the garden walk in the pollinator garden. This is in our parking strip, and I'm going to show you what we have growing down here. So here we have our yarrow. Let's see if I can get that close there. And the yarrow's blooming. It is so beautifully delicate. You can get a close-up of that. Yarrow is also a medicinal herb that we use for teas. This right here is called white horehound, and it has really grown up. It was not this big last year, so it took about a year to get settled in, but it really looks nice here right on the end. We also use that as for some tea. And now we're going to go right along here. This is kind of a view that you don't normally get because I'm actually standing in the road now, and this is our parking strip. So along our parking strip we have our fruit trees, and then this is our little pollinator garden strip, and it's really beautiful and low maintenance as it is right on the road. But there is, I think this is called sweet mace. This smells so good. And poppies, these are the California poppies. There's some lupines and some dianthus, or sometimes people call these pinks, but they're not always pink. The butterflies love these. We've seen monarchs on these. The daisies are just starting to bloom. This happened in the last couple days. And these are my favorite poppies, these big ones here. Blueberries. Look at all the blueberries. Oh, we're so excited for blueberries this year. So our blueberry plants are still pretty young. This is their third season with us here. And last year they got eaten all the way down to the ground by a rogue bunny that came through in the neighborhood and ate all of the plants down. So they pretty much have to grow all the way back. So we are really excited to have those blueberries this year. We'll have enough for fresh eating at least. This space is where we are putting our pumpkins and squash. And you can see, look at all the pumpkins and squash growing. So I seeded them a little bit thick. So as you can see in this area there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's even one coming up there. So 5. So in this area there are 5 plants growing here. I'm going to thin this out because we planted our pumpkins a little bit late, probably about a week later than normal. They'll catch up and they'll do fine, so I'm not worried about that. But I planted more seeds than I usually do because we can thin them out, and then if we have a spot that doesn't germinate, I can also just transplant from a spot that has more than enough and just transplant it right over to the other spot. So we will have pumpkins. These are the potato flowers. Potato flowers, in the words of my husband, potato flowers are so underrated. They're very fascinating flowers. So our broccolis, cauliflower. Okay, this bed, woo, this bed is a jungle. So the kale, we have been clipping this kale and eating it as much as we can. The garbanzo beans I keep checking them, but I don't see... Oh, I think there was a garbanzo bean. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, I'm gonna go through here. I think it was over here. Oh. And a little broccoli. Okay, so here, so the garbanzo beans, look at that. Baby garbanzo bean. It's a little fuzzy one. Garbanzo beans are an experiment this year, so we only grew 6 plants, and it's really interesting to see them grow, and I'm curious to see how many we're going to get out of these 6 plants, and then we'll decide if we would grow more of them next year. The peas are in full swing. They've got a couple more weeks actually of peas that we're getting, but they are doing just great. I think these are the Amish snap peas. The kids come out here and eat them all the time. And down here, oh, we have something, someone snacked on this guy, but these are some yellow bush beans. And our roses. Oh, lordy. The roses are doing their thing. How can you compete with that? Okay, let's take a look at this. Let me step back. Here are, on the back of the peas here are the fava beans. This is their first year growing the fava beans too. Hello, little ladybug. Ladybug. So, looking at the fava beans, we are starting to get little bean pods there. And that's what they look like. Little baby beans. The fava beans are also an experiment for us, just to see how they grow, and I don't know, maybe they'll work well, maybe they won't. It's always fun to try some new things in the garden, just not everything new. There's our laurel tree. This one has such beautiful blooms. The berries that come off of this are kind of annoying, but these are beautiful. It smells almost like a honeysuckle. Look at those little pollinating insects on the calendula. I could watch these guys all day. And we have some more peas. These peas here were actually these whole 2 rows were the seeds from the seed swap that I did. I think it was in January. And these seeds say that they were snap peas, but I think they are snow peas because they are pretty flat. But they're getting some peas here, which that's fine because we don't have any snow peas growing. But this is what we did for our tomatoes. So I have 3 rows of tomatoes, and we did a kind of more substantial trellis system this year. Really simple to do. This whole setup, I think, took us probably 20 minutes to put in place. So we bought cattle panels, but we bought the ones that were 4 feet tall and 6 feet long, because those are what we could fit into our vehicle to bring home. And also, they were cheaper than buying the 16. Oh wait, these are 8 feet long. Okay, so 4 feet tall and 8 feet long. And the funny thing is that the 8-foot long lengths of the cattle panel were cheaper than if you bought the 16-foot lengths. So if you bought 2 8-foot lengths, it was probably about $8 less than if you would buy one 16-foot length. So we just bought the 8-foot lengths, and then we put them up with these T-posts, and then just wrapped a wire. You can see how that wire is just wrapped, not in any specific way, just circled around, wrapped there. 1, 2, and 3 times on each side. We also raised this because it's only 4 feet tall. We raised this up off the ground. Can you see how there's the ground here? Here's the ground, and here's the bottom of the trellis. So you see how the trellis is up off the ground? And the reason why we did that was that the tomatoes don't need support until they get up that tall. And then this leaves all this area here for the tomatoes to grow. So we did this on 3 rows, and the tomatoes are growing just great. And that gives us 30 tomatoes in this 3 row. I know, let's go look at the front door salad. So a while back I made a video called Front Door Salad, and it showed how you can tuck lettuce in on your planters on your front porch. So I want to show you what they've done, just kind of give you an update. So here's our planters on the front porch, and here's flowers, flower, and some more flowers here. But this back here, all of this is lettuce. So we have lettuce growing. Here's another lettuce that's growing. I'll give you a view of the whole planter. So we mixed the flowers in with the lettuce. So even on this tiny little space, you can have some lettuce. This has actually been really great when it's been raining outside and you need a little bit of lettuce, like on a sandwich, a little bit on the side of something. We just come out here on the porch and pick the lettuce really quickly. You don't have to walk all the way out into the garden just to get some lettuce. It's right here at the front door. It's fantastic. Now we're gonna look at the raspberries, and I have to show you. I haven't shown anyone yet. Not my kids, not my husband, not handy husband. I'm gonna look over here. Right into the raspberry patch. This is the very first raspberry ripening. Ta-da! The raspberries. Ooh, diesel trucks. The raspberries are so big. We're gonna get so many raspberries this year. It is amazing. Walking over here just by the raspberries, you can smell the raspberries ripening. You can smell the juices coming out of the raspberries, and they're not even ripe yet. It smells earthy and sweet, and I just come out here probably twice a day and just stand here, and I think my neighbors wonder what I'm doing, but I'm just standing here looking at the raspberries and smelling this smell. Because when you are in town with traffic, because when you're in town on a busy road, there's just a smell that is like just hot, and it smells like asphalt, it smells like exhaust, it smells like the city, because we're in the city. So when we get like those raspberry smells and the earth smells that come out of our garden, I soak it all in. Okay, now we're in the backyard. So we have a couple things to show you here that are super exciting. One is that our little baby chicks Do you know we have baby chicks? Okay, so if you didn't know, we have baby chicks. We had we get chicks in January, and this year we got 6 chicks, and 2 of those chicks turned out to be roosters. So they were crowing, which is not allowed here, and so we weren't able to keep them. So we did not keep those 2 roosters, but we did get some chicks as a replacement. And those chicks are now out in the yard, and they're in the chicken tractor. Sometimes we call it the bunny tractor, but right now it's the chicken tractor, and they are loving it. Let's look at them. Here we have 3. 2 of them are red laced Wyandottes, and 1 is an olive egger. So really, I'm wondering if because we have these chicks that won't start laying for, they probably won't start laying for another 2 to 3 months. So I'm wondering if these chicks will actually keep us in eggs longer throughout the winter than if we just do our normal thing and have the chicks all at once. So we'll see. So here's the backyard garden bed. And the mint is going crazy. The parsley is a very big attractor of pollinators if you let it go to seed. The little pollinators love this when it flowers. Plus, you can keep the parsley seed and grind it and use it, or just as seed or as a powder in your cooking. It works really great. And this is what we're going to look at right over here. Ooh, it's a cooler day today. Okay. Artichokes. Our artichokes are ready to pick. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we could pick 6 of them right now. And here is our little tiny little patch of purple tendril peas. And we're getting little peas from them. Beautiful. Yes, chickies. Let's take a look at the chickens. Hello. Hello, girls. You guys are over there in the corner enjoying some weeds. This has kind of stolen the show right here in the corner. This is my honeysuckle. And I can smell it from here. The wind just wafted over into my face and brought the honeysuckle smell right here. So it's really good to have this right here by the chicken coop because you get a lovely flower smell and not the chicken smell. Although the chickens don't smell very much, but they don't smell like this. Oh. It just reminds me of Hawaii. Like that has like a Hawaiian orchid kind of smell. Alrighty. Well, that was our walk. I think I'm gonna do a tour maybe every week now because there is so much happening very quickly in this in the garden now that it is turning June and the summer rush is upon us. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a walk around the garden with you every week. I walk around the garden every day and notice different things. They're just growing so fast and things are changing. So I really want to bring you with me. So look for another garden tour next week. And until then, thank you for watching and I'll see you later. Bye.